Hello and welcome back to Gamer Viscosity. Diputus here. We're back on the Minecraft server and we have a guest who is going to be joining me for the remainder of the series because I was lonely. Okay, so Tristan, how you doing?
I'm good,
Why are you looking that way?
because I want to.
Just turn around, would you? Oh my god, he has a face! The veil is gone! We see what's attached to those bright blue eyes. So yeah, we spent today building a face for him, and I like how it came out. We can maybe do a couple of other modifications to the cloak itself, but we'll work on that later. But yeah, Tristan's going to be joining me for the remainder of the series. I was getting kind of lonely and wanted some company. Also, it'll make the work go by a bit faster, and he also wanted to learn a little bit more about the magic mods to play in, so I thought I would help him out with that some. So yeah, we're going to, this episode and probably the next episode, we're going to be gathering resources to make flying rings, so we can start building our first structure. So let's go on and get into it.
I'll be honest, I looked over there and saw the horse and thought it was a turkey.
There's no turkeys in this mod pack.
I know, that's why I was confused. I was like, why is there a turkey? Wait a minute, that's a pretty big turkey.
Okay, so for this series, I'm going to be using the Swiftwolf Rendering Gale, which is the equivalent exchange flying rings. So I'm going to quickly build a piece of dark matter, so that way I can start making more of it, and hopefully have enough to actually make it. Tristan's going to get one as well, and we're going to use it to take over the world, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the initial plan was actually today was to build the inn, but I realized that I'm used to flying when I build, so I'm gonna stay in this castle for a bit longer. If you noticed, I did actually start tearing it down a little bit. It kind of needed it, and also I wanted some extra resources. Or I might actually have enough to make one ring already.
Holy crap.
And then I want... Oh, what was it I was going to use? I was going to use, it's feathers, iron. Iron, that's what I needed.
Think. You can do it, Ian.
I'm thinking very hard about this, because I'm trying to build it from memory, and it's been a while since I've played. There we go.
It's nighttime again, right? Darn it! All these stupid windows, I can't walk out of them.
Are you trying to walk out a window? It's very dangerous. Hey Tristan, I have...
I want to see if it's dark outside.
You can see from the roof. I have a ring for you, by the way. Okay, so that was faster than expected, so...
Oh, I didn't know you were going there, Ian.
What? Oh, come here. I'm gonna bash your head in. Where are you? Here you are. I see you.
Somewhere.
I see you.
No, you don't.
Listen, do you have a
No.
name tag? It's right there. Hi.
You found me.
I like how dejected you sounded. Okay, so...
I didn't see you were above me. I thought you were going to come down one of the two hallways.
Okay, so when I said I was going to take a couple episodes to do this, I apparently meant it's going to take less than one, because I spent some time actually gathering resources earlier and just building a stockpile of EMC. So, that makes things awkward. Give me a second, and I'm going to make us some fuel for our rings, so we can fly. Okay, so there's some fuel. Put that into the thing and put any other stuff in your inventory into the thing. Alright, so in this case, I guess we will do our... Ow! There's a spider on the roof. Our build of the inn.
Now, whose fault is that?
That would be Minecraft's fault for making spiders capable of climbing walls.
Fair enough.
Okay, so the idea is what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tearing down the castle and building an inn over on that hill over there in front of the eucalyptus tree there. So we're going to time lapse it and we'll be back soon. So at this point we were just tearing down the castle itself, removing all the blocks, that way we could have EMC to be able to build the inn. Now the idea for the inn was based off a image I had found on Google of somebody's medieval inn. However, I made a lot of modifications to it. It's very loosely based. The inn structure does change after the time lapse ends, and I'll explain why. When the inn starts being built, I'll explain the story of what was happening there. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll put on some sort of adventure-y music for this. So my idea for the inn was based off of somebody's image on Google, as I had said before. That had a kind of L shape to it, and I liked the looks of that just because it wasn't a standard, just kind of squarish building like most of my other buildings on this map will be. So I thought I'd make it a little bit more interesting by giving it a kind of off-looking shape, so that way it would be kind of unique. Now, at this point, Tristan was running back and forth to Nether because he had gone there to get some resources and died in the process, and so he went to go back to the nether portal several times to try to get stuff back. Eventually, I went over and helped him. I lit up the area because we were having a real monster problem and thought that it might help it some, and it kinda did. As you can see, the zombies aren't as common as they were before. Got a little blue slime over there that I didn't notice, apparently. Now, the idea for the inn was for it to kind of be risen above a lot of things, that way from your window inside you could see a lot of things. This was also, after this video, kind of served as the main base of operations for everything to work out of until we get the buildings up and running. So, we decided to use oak wood as the wall panels, the base of stone brick, and use dark oak logs as the support beams, so that way it would kind of have some sort of contrast to it. And I think it turned out okay. I'm not a very good builder when it comes to Minecraft, by any stretch. I am very mediocre, actually. But, I like to think that I can build decently, at least. Now, the floor I chose was a dark oak wood floor to kind of match the support struts, in order to make it kind of have a good balance on the inside. Now, I'll explain what happens later in this video when we get to it, but this process itself took almost an hour and a half to do, because we're very slow at building, and also our my kind of mental image of how it was going to go slowed down some, as well as our resources running out constantly, so we had to keep going and getting more resources to work with. Now, I went for a standard peaked roof, but then I determined I didn't like it, and you'll see what I mean in a minute by that. But I decided to make a bit of it a little bit more elevated than the rest. I thought it would make it kind of different in appearance. So there's the standard peak roof I was going for, but I decided that I didn't like it that much, so I decided to raise a bit of it a little bit more. Let's see. I gave a piece of it a 2-up raise, that way it would stand out and be a bit taller in that area. We had a lot of zombie problems, a lot of monster problems on the inside of the inn after the process, and it kind of got annoying after a while. So yeah. I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Now here I started an outcropping for the entrance of the inn, just because I thought it would look a bit better if it stood out from the inn itself as opposed to just being part of the wall. And I kind of like how it looked. I had to do some modifications to it because I didn't count correctly, but I didn't have a lot of time to tear down the entirety of what I had just built. So I moved it forward some, and that roof piece never got completed in this video, which is mildly annoying, but it'll make sense in a few minutes what happened. So Tristan and I just started building a lot. We went with the same design for the entrance. We gave it 2 double doors so that way it had a little bit more uniqueness to it. And at this point, a blood moon rose, in which we had to take shelter inside the inn for the remainder of the night. Now, we determined that we needed to get our stuff from chests outside that we had moved from the castle while we were tearing it down, and actually what happened during this time was a creeper exploded and took out one of our chests that removed half of our resources that we had. So it got kind of aggravating, and we stopped building the inn at this point and just spent time trying to recover what we had lost. Now between this video and the next video, we finished up the inn and made some modifications to it. So yeah, it just got kind of irritating because we lost everything that we had spent several hours working on, and it kind of bugged us to the point where we had to leave. So other things took over as well, where we had other obligations that we had to do at the time. So thank you guys for watching this build, and I hope you enjoyed the time-lapse. The next couple time-lapses will not be like this, but I hope you understand that it just got kind of irritating. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!